Coming up, a state official threatens university budgets over DEI after the already proposed cuts in the Texas Legislature. What this means in minutes.
Plus, bakeries in the Rio Grande Valley are experiencing the effects of rising egg prices. One owner speaks on the situation.
And March observes Women's History. We feature a few of many Latina women in the RGV making a difference. KVAQ-TV starts now. Hello, vaqueros. We hope you're having a jolly Monday. I am Fernanda Gonzalez.
And I am Dathan Tervino. This is the 9th spring edition of KVAQ-TV.
Today is Monday, March 24th.
And at the top of the newscast,
Texas lawmakers are proposing a $400 million cut to public universities in this legislative session. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick said at a public event a few weeks ago that universities should receive even less if they do not comply with the elimination of DEI activities. Jasmine, is UTRGV in compliance?
Yes, Fernanda. I spoke with Vice President for the University Marketing and Communications, Patrick Gonzalez. Here's what the school has done to comply with state law.
It had to be implemented by January 1st, 2024. If you remember, SB 17 was actually passed the last legislative session. And so every school had to comply with SB 17 by January 1st, 2024. So the status of our plan is it's been implemented for over a year.
In the 89th Texas Legislature, both the House and the Senate are recommending $0 for the Institutional Enhancement Fund, which helps universities develop new programs at the undergraduate, graduate, and professional level. As Texas lawmakers propose the cuts, Dan Patrick threatens even less funding over DEI at the Texas Policy Summit last month. Gonzalez says UTRGV is complying with the DEI ban, so it doesn't represent a threat to the university.
So we really took our time to review and to audit all the programs at the university to make sure we were compliant with the law January 1st. And we will continue to do what we need to do to remain compliant and not jeopardize the institution receiving funding.
A couple of college students say they disagree with the statewide ban on DEI. Texas Southmost College associate nursing student Rebecca Leal says she disagrees with the DEI programs closing down in schools, and the university should offer other opportunities.
You know, it's not a very good thing, but it's also, I mean, at the end of the day, the school's going to do whatever, the state or, the whole government issue is going to come down, it's not really on them. But it's pretty unfortunate, right? But I think the schools can, just keep that door open to diversity, and inclusivity.
UTRGV psychology sophomore Mayreli Morales says the DEI programs help students in universities feel welcome, and taking them away will not benefit universities.
I don't think it would benefit schools. I think it takes away from students' opportunities. So I don't think they should close them down.
To learn more about the university's Texas system, SB 17 guidance, visit the website at utsystem.edu. For KVQ-TV in Edinburgh, Jasmine Espinosa.
also at UTRGV. The Student Government Association elections will take place from April 7th through the 10th. Official campaigning for candidates starts today. SGA has received the highest number of applications in UTRGV history, and for the first time ever, the executive team race has 3 tickets. Students can learn more about candidates for their respective colleges at the Meet the Candidates event. It is expected to take place from noon to 1 p.m. Tuesday at the Courtyard on the Brownsville campus, and at the same time Thursday at the Student Union East Patio on the Edinburgh campus.
Earlier this year, 3 separate incidents of elevator malfunctions were reported on the UTRGV Edinburgh campus. How often are these elevators checked, and what you can do if you get stranded in one? Reporter Miguel Gonzalez with the details.
According to university police reports, the malfunctions led to numerous students getting stuck inside the elevators.
2 of the reported malfunctions happened in the Unity Hall and the Performing Arts Complex in February, with the most recent reported on March 3rd at the Science Building. Interim Director for Environmental Health Safety and Risk Management Department, Matthew Monicus, says he is aware of the elevator incidents occurring on campus. He says the department works alongside the facilities department to inspect elevators frequently.
So whenever we see trends in incidents on campus, we work with that department to try and figure out solutions. So working with our facilities team, we want to do preventative maintenance rather than just reactionary maintenance. So there's a mandated annual inspection for all elevators, but typically our teams do that more often, especially if there are elevators that we're aware of need service more frequently.
According to an email from Facilities Director Martin Ramirez, Elevated Facilities Services is a company that provides UTRGV a dedicated technician who conducts routine visits on a regular basis. Ramirez says UTRGV has 50 elevators located in McAllen and Edinburgh. He says the 3 reported cases have been addressed by the contractor, focusing on issues and the acquisition of the required elevator parts. Monkus gives advice for students who may find themselves stuck in an elevator.
So there is an emergency call button in the elevators that they can use that contacts our police dispatch. And if they have cell phone service, they're free to call our PD to respond to that as well.
For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Miguel Gonzalez.
As prices for eggs increase, so may prices at your local bakery. The United States Department of Agriculture blames the bird flu for the spike in prices. Bedla Cortez with the story.
I'm currently in La Morenita, a bakery in Edinburgh known for its pan dulce and Mexican dishes, one of many businesses that face a potential threat by the increase in egg prices.
They were definitely going to be impacted with the prices.
The USDA released a report on the increase on egg prices and states the cause for the spike is due to an outbreak of avian influenza. Also known as the bird flu, the virus spreads between birds, which can also affect the dairy and poultry market. The Rio Grande Valley is heavily influenced in Latino culture, and eggs are a primary ingredient in many recipes. Owner of La Morenita, Miriam Garcia, explains that eggs are the main ingredient to her pan dulce and worries for future price increases.
We try to wait before increasing the prices on our food and having hope that the egg prices will drop. But as months went by, and it has not gone down. So we had to raise our prices for our breakfast foods because of that reason. Basically, everything we produce has eggs, especially the bread. If the prices keep increasing, we will be affected even more by that.
UTRGV students voiced opinions on egg prices and how the issue has affected them and the impact for local businesses in the valley.
I have realized that it's been getting expensive. The other day I bought 5 empanadas for $8. I think that's pretty outrageous for the pricing, if you ask me.
A lot of Mexican food is based on a lot of egg. So a lot of the foods that now that I used to eat are no longer that accessible because now we have to keep counting our eggs in our money. So yeah, it's pretty sad too.
Kinesiology senior John Kinuaga and graduate student Amari Pouncy say that the price increase may have caused stress for bakeries to make products to the community.
Honestly, I feel like it's kind of causing a lot of disruptions, especially for bakeries too. I mean, with the egg prices going up so high, there's only so much that you can produce out to the community. So I'll understand the frustration from a lot of bakery places.
These egg prices out here are wild. So I've been cooking breakfast every morning, but I've been buying egg whites instead of normal eggs because it's too expensive.
For a price comparison, KVAQ-TV took a photo at a local supermarket in November 2024. The price for 60 eggs were $19 at the time. Today, the same number of eggs is sold for $30. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Perla Cortez.
For the first time ever, the UTRGV football team takes the field for spring practice, marking another milestone for the program. Desiree Villanueva with more on the story.
UTRGV football kicked off its spring season with their first full practice. 104 student athletes suited up on March 10th for the first of 15 scheduled spring practices. The energy was high as the team worked through drills, laying the foundation for the inaugural season in August 2025. The Vaqueros took the field at the Vaqueros Performance Center, where they will practice 3 times per week. The spring season will end with UTRGV's first ever spring game at 6 p.m. April 17th at the Veterans Memorial High School in Brownsville. For now, the focus remains on building a strong foundation under the guidance of Coach Travis Bush and his staff.
It's good. It's great to be out here. Good to be on the field, and not really pads popping yet, but guys running around and whistles blowing. It's been blessed with weather. So it's good to see the guys running around. We look a lot better than we did in the fall. So just excited to see how we progress and really start to evaluate who's going to kind of start working their way up the depth chart and separate from each other in each position.
One of the biggest names on the field for UTRGV is former UTSA quarterback Eddie Lee Marburger. The Mission native brings Division I experience and leadership to the Vaqueros as they build their offense from the ground up.
I think it's just pretty special because, I mean, this is home for me. So just being back home is really crucial, and just being with all these guys they've been so welcoming to me, and I'm just so thankful and blessed to be here. We just got to take it one day at a time. We got to win the day each day. And I mean, I think the guys are doing a great job, and we just got to keep stacking days.
The UTRGV Athletic Department announced that football will have an open practice at 10 a.m. March 29th at the PSGA Stadium in Pharr. UTRGV is also hosting a free football youth clinic after the open practice. The clinic runs from 11:45 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and is open to kids in grades 2 through 6. Registration is available at goutrgv.com/football clinic. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Desiree Villanueva.
March is Women's History Month, which serves to highlight and recognize achievements by women all over the world. Victor Ortega with more on what Women's History Month means for some women in the Rio Grande Valley.
Celebrating the opportunity to showcase all the great things that women have contributed to our area, our society.
From business owners to mothers and attorneys, women have contributed greatly to communities and continue to do so in everyday life. Center for Student Involvement Cultural Programs Coordinator Giovanna Granados comments on the learning opportunities this month offers to students.
I think it's a great opportunity for students to get inspired, for students to learn about other women from their local, region that maybe they didn't even know about, who have made history.
To speak for the occasion, UTRGV invited Leah Wise, a successful attorney and business owner who opened one of the first Latina-owned law firms in South Texas.
Also about celebrating our culture, the role that Latinas have played in the economy, in our families, in our culture. Latinas are very strong. We think of our moms and our grandmothers and our tias and our primas, and women are just very much leaders in the RGV, especially in the Latino community, I think.
Wise says people told her to quit her endeavor of becoming an attorney and join a law firm, but she pushed past it to stand where she is now. Success stories like that of Wise are everywhere to be found, like in the Museum of South Texas History, as Education Officer Loli Peña shares.
At the Museum of South Texas History, we have several women that are very much involved in leadership. They are most definitely well educated. Many have post-bachelor's degrees, including myself.
Women's History Month also serves as a reminder to young women of the growth they can achieve if they put the time and their mind into it.
You're the only person who is going to propel yourself forward or keep yourself back. So always be your own biggest supporter, your own biggest cheerleader, and just always know that the sky is the limit.
Great strides are being performed by women daily, like in the Edinburgh Police, where Sergeant Sandra E. Tapia became the first female lieutenant in the department. For KVAQ-TV in Brownsville, Victor Ortega.
If you want to nominate someone for Women's History Month,
submit a tip on our website, utrgv.com, with a picture, name, job title, and reason for the nomination for a chance to be featured on our social media. And thank you for joining us, Vaqueros.
Watch us on VCast monitors and social media.
I am Fernanda Gonzalez.
And I am Dathan Trevino.
And this is KVAQ-TV, your campus,
your news.